This interview has been recorded, and a copy of the recording may be used should the case go to trial. The time is 1913 on the 18th of October 2022, and we're at Interview Room 1 at Mission Road Police Station. I am Police Chief Inspector 1384 AVM Solar of the Los Santos Police Service. Today I'm going to be interviewing. State name for the record, please.
Tom Deck.
In relation to an incident that occurred on the. Stand by, let me just confirm the date. 14th of October 2022. Now, before I was to discuss this with you, I've got to caution you. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something you later on in court. Anything that you do say may be in evidence. Do you understand that?
You've cut out again, Mr. Solar.
Apologies. Now, before I can discuss the incident with you, I've got to caution you. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something that you later learn in court. Anything that you do say may be given as evidence. Do you understand that? Did I cut out again?
Yeah, take some gasps, mate.
Yeah.
When you're talking.
Okay, so you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention, when questioned, something that you later learn in court. Anything that you do say may be in evidence. Understand that?
Yeah, mate.
Okay. Just for the tape, I will inform you that you are here on a voluntary basis. If you do wish to leave any points, you'll be free to do so, and you are not under arrest at this time. Understand that?
Yep.
Cracking. During this interview, you do have the right to have legal representation. You've chosen to exercise that right, and today you're being represented by
Jack Johnson.
Okay, Mr. Deck. Are you happy for Jack Johnson to represent you?
Yes.
Okay. If at any point throughout the interview you do want to have a private consultation with Mr. Johnson, let me know. I will stop the recording, and then you'll be able to have a private consultation, okay?
Perfect.
Okie dokie. So, please talk to me about the events in the complaint.
So yeah, what happened was, on the day where I was just filling up my bike at the little Soul gas station, as you can see in the evidence, I get a call on the radio saying one of our members needed a little bit of help outside Burger Shot. So then, at this time, I didn't know if it was the police, if it was NHS. I don't know anyone about it. So I made my way across the Burger Shop, and I could see my guy getting taken to the police car. I can't remember the comments off the top of my head, but the evidence will show it. Where he said triads will be ramming his car or something. I said, yeah, get out your car. And then he proceeded to shoot me moments later without any threats to him. And the officer that shot was, I believe, Adam Busy.
Okay. So let's. Sorry, I'm just writing all this down, so I do apologise.
Yeah, no, take your time.
Okie dokie. So, just so I get it verbatim, what did you say to him when you pulled up?
I can't recall word by word, but I think I said get the fuck out your car, because obviously my member was taken. I didn't have any weapons in hand or nothing. I was just on my bike, my motorbike, and then he proceeded to shoot me without any threat to his life.
Okay. Why did you tell the officer to get the individual out of the car?
Because he was my boy.
Okay, what was your intentions by doing that?
Maybe to try and scare him a tad, just by words. That was the end goal, obviously, to try and get my guy out. But I think the shooting part was a bit too much, you know.
Okay. Talk to me about the evidence. Where does that evidence you submitted come from?
I have a little camera on the bike, a GoPro, that's attached to the handlebars.
Okay. Did you impact against any of the police officers at any point?
Nope.
Okay. Talk to about the vehicle you were driving, please.
It was a black in color BF400. It's an off-road motorbike.
Okay. Does that vehicle belong to you?
Correct. Yes, it does.
Okay. Do you recall if you were wearing a helmet on the day?
Negative.
Okay. Why weren't you wearing a helmet?
No comment. It's just wasn't wearing one. Like
Okay. Are
I
you
don't
aware of
really
this
care
stuff?
about my safety.
Okay.
I believe
aware-
after a discussion with Mr. Deck earlier about it, he did have a helmet, Mr. Solar, but when he heard from his friend that he was in some kind of danger, he sort of rushed there. Putting a helmet on was kind of the last thing he was thinking about at that time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, talk to about the speed you were driving at.
I can't recall the speeds from that day as it was a couple of days ago. I've been more concentrating on the healing after the gunshot wounds, so can't recall that, mate.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, how's your driving in general? Would you say you're a good driver, or?
Yeah, I'm normally good. Never been really in such a bad incident when I'm being on the road.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Follow the speed limit, stop for stoplights, all that stuff.
Most of the time, but when there's an emergency, I tend to ignore them because I'd rather get to the point than stop. Obviously, I'm gonna take a quick look around. I'm not gonna put anyone else in danger.
Mm-hmm. Okay. On that day, did you go for any red lights?
I cannot recall.
Okay. So after Sergeant Bizzard opened fire upon you, can you talk to me about what happened?
I was continuing to shout at him out of anger and adrenaline after getting shot, and I think he just drove off moments later.
Okay. Did you follow him at all?
No, I went straight to the NHS.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just show you the exhibits submitted from yourself, which I have labelled Tango Delta 01. Just view it and just confirm that is the evidence you submitted to us, please. 1 second.
Yep.
There we go. I'll just pull on that tablet and slide it in between you so you can both see it.
Thank you.
They've got him in the car thing.
Have you had a chance to view that?
Where am I finding it? Sorry.
I
Oh, I've got it here.
There we are. Yes.
Imagine not being DSU lead, honestly, because I'm too cool. Yeah, I've just watched it through on my phone.
Okay, can you just confirm that's the original unedited
TSU leader around
evidence
somewhere.
submitted by yourself?
That's correct.
No, I don't see him. Where is he?
Sure. Yeah, it's right here, mate. Right here, mate.
Apologies, just this, but I couldn't hear you over the gentleman
Oh,
outside.
fuck. Oh. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, okay. Is there any more to the footage? Anything that continues after this finishes? Or,
No, it's
or
true.
is that the end of the...
Like I said earlier, I think I was shouting at him, and then he left shortly after.
Mm-hmm.
Can't
Okay,
recall
okay.
much after that. I just wanted to get myself to hospital.
Okay, okay. So you can see in the footage you do appear to drive through a couple of red lights there, fairly high speeds as well. Do you recall what speed you were going at the time?
I can't recall, but if my GoPro is picking up the speed, then that must be the correct speed.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you know what the speed limit is on along that road?
Negative.
Okay, okay. It's around 10 seconds in. You appear to ram your motorcycle into the police vehicle. Why did you do that?
If you could see, I was trying to reverse. I wouldn't ram a motorbike into a full-on four-door vehicle.
I mean, you say you were trying to reverse, but you go forwards. How was that trying to reverse?
Yeah, I was trying to get an angle to do a 360 turn.
Okay, then why did you go forwards? You clearly didn't have enough room.
Mr. Solar, I would like it to be noted, unless I'm seeing it wrong after watching the evidence, when he did drive forward, it may very well have been a moment of panic, considering your officer had already drawn a firearm.
Is that the case, Mr.
I
Deck?
believe so. From watching the evidence, unless I'm wrong, unless that's not what's in his hand, but by the looks of it, it looks as if he's drawn a firearm.
If that is the case, Mr. Deck, why do you then continue to drive in front of the police vehicle? Would it not have been safe for you to drive behind it and try to get away in more of a straight line?
Again, he only actually went in front of the police vehicle and onto the pavement after he'd been shot.
I know, but if he's saying when he went forwards because he saw the police officer draw a firearm, why didn't you just keep driving straight forwards and skim along the car as opposed to stopping and then backing off?
I mean, a moment of panic, I would argue, Mr. Solar. As you can see, he reverses back as soon as he sees the weapon getting drawn. He reverses back, and then it's not until he's shot upon that he starts driving in an attempt to get away.
Mr. Deck?
What Jack is saying is correct.
Okay, okay.
That's just my observation watching the evidence anyway.
Okay, okay. So I'm now going to show you Exhibit Alpha Bravo 01. It's body worn video submitted to professional standards and training department by Sergeant Adam Busy. Okay.
Go ahead.
There we go.
Okay, I'm watching. I watched
Okay,
it.
okay. Okay, okay. Mr. Johnson, have you had a chance to view it? I'll just wait for your solicitor to catch up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mr. Johnson? This stage, you need anything to eat or drink, anything like that?
I'm good, thank you.
I hope you don't mind. I'm just going to have a glass of water. My throat's getting a bit
take your
dry.
time.
You get a chance to view that, Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Okie dokie, mistake. So, talk to me about about what happened around 4 minutes 20 into exhibit Alpha Bravo Zero.
Oh, Jack Johnson's a beast.
420.
Prepare to have
I've
some
already,
fans.
explained that.
Okie dokie. In this, in the body one video, it appears as if you collide with the officer.
But as you can clearly see from my GoPro, I did not touch it. You can see from Adam Busy's body cam that the officer got straight into the vehicle.
But looks like from this angle, like you hit him. Is it possible your dash cam was obstructed by the front of your vehicle?
Not at all. You can see from, like I said, Adam Busy's dash cam.
Sorry. Can I just clarify? This footage you provided us, is this body worn video?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. If you want to go down the route of dash cams being excluded from the front of cars, his body worn videos faces straight forward, Mr. Solar. He wouldn't even right. Therefore, that would be the one that's obscured, not the dash cam.
I mean, technically, according to court policy, dash cams are actually inadmissible.
Yes, in a court case, not in a police complaint.
I'm aware, but we follow the same regulations.
You follow the same regulations.
We do.
You do. Okay, so do you have footage that shows the side of that vehicle then? Because Mr. Busy is sitting in the driver's seat, his dash cam's facing forward. His body worn video's facing forward.
He appears to be turned to the side. Does Mr. Visit at that moment in time? And
It doesn't. As it stands, the only clear perspective we have on it is the one Mr. Dex provided you.
But he appears to be turned to the side, which is why I can see that.
I fail to see what you're getting at, Mr. Solar. Mr. Dex provided you with footage from his dash cam that is in no way obstructed, as you can see. That shows that shows nothing less than him not touching the officer.
Okay, but the moment it's claimed, you can see that clearly by the angle of the body one video, Adam Busy is physically also is turned to the side, and he thus can capture the side of the vehicle.
His torso is turned to the side.
Oh, that's the only way we get this angle, isn't it? And
sorry, you've got it again, Mr. Solar.
Apologies. That's the only way this angle will be possible, and it appears as if the officer in question appears to fall over just the moment the bike arrives.
So, do you have body worn video from the actual officer that was apparently hit?
So, not this moment, but the inquiry's ongoing at the time.
Can I just say that Adam Busy's actually sitting down when you saw Cole say I'm hitting the officer with my bike. He's in the driver's seat facing forward.
In fact, at the moment he was hit, he was actually reaching over to close his door. Therefore, it's not exactly possible for him to be turned to the right and closing his door at the same time.
Let's continue. Continue anyway. So, after that, Adam Busy obviously opens fire on himself. That's beyond dispute. And then there's the incident where it's backing up and you follow the officer. Is that correct?
Can you just repeat that? Sorry, you cut out.
So, talk to her what happens after the officer opens fire, then, please.
We've already been through this.
I know, but now you've seen this, it thought it might have jogged your memory a little bit. That's all.
Not really. It's still gonna be the same reply saying that I tried to go onto the pavement out of shock.
Okay, I meant further after that. Why did you follow the officer?
Mainly to try and get his badge number. I think I cut out in his footage. That's how I tried to get his badge number and ask a reason why he shot me.
I'm really sorry. You broke up for me there. Then I got
no worries.
you got his badge number, and then you went.
I tried to get his badge number, and just to ask a reason why he actually shot me. and try and harm me.
Mm-hmm.
Because out of anger, obviously, I was trying to shout at him and trying to get some answers from my knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. That's fair enough. You can see you talk to him when he stops at the side of the road. Will you talk to him more about that, please? What do you mean by he says you want him to get out of the car?
Yeah, he actually got out of the car when backup came, which is understandable. I recall that. I wanted a quiet conversation with him just to ask him some questions because, as you can see in the footage, there's a lot of people shouting out of anger that he just let off shot. So I just wanted to pull him to the side to have a quiet conversation, but didn't go to plan.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. Alright, fair enough. So, based on what's been said here, I'm just going to just sum up what's been said by yourself. On the 14th, you responded to a gentleman you know requesting aid. You wasn't aware who the aid was from. You came from the gas station near Triads to the location, and then you shouted at the police officer to get that individual out of the vehicle because it was, I believe you said your boy. Is that correct? The correct term or phrasing?
Yeah, it's my member, my boys, the same thing.
Yeah, you remember your boy, and you did
My
that
guy,
because you wanted to get him out for that reason and maybe cause a little bit of fear in the officer. You
And
then,
cause what? Sorry.
I believe you said you wanted to maybe frighten him a little bit. You did state that earlier.
Can
I
you
mean,
treat me as a drink? You're cutting out a bit.
He's not questioning what you've said. He's not heard what you've said, Mr.
oh
Solar.
right,
I
I
didn't
do
either,
apologise.
unfortunately.
Ah right, okay, I do apologise. I thought it was questioning what I said.
No, no.
Right, okay. You said you wanted the officer to get out. You said that to the officer because he was your boy, your member, and you wanted to frighten the officer slightly.
Yeah,
You
just
that
put a
you
little
that
scare on him.
yeah, okay. You then attempt to reverse your vehicle, see the officer has a firearm, and drive forward into the vehicle while stopping, reversing again, and then trying to drive around the vehicle, at which point the officer opens fire.
No, that's not what happens in the footage, Mr. Solar. He only drives back towards the vehicle again after he's fired on. He's not driving round the vehicle when he's shot.
I apologise. I meant as you after the shots. Apologies.
Yes, okay.
Okay, okay. You then stop on the pavement, and you follow the officer after that. Try to have a calm conversation and get his badge. Is that accurate?
You cut out towards the end.
Apologies. You would then follow him to try and get his badge number.
That's correct.
Okay, okay. The reason you weren't wearing a helmet at the time was, although you had it on you, you weren't wearing it because thought you were for some emergency and you had to get there immediately, and that's why you were driving at those speeds and through the red lights as well.
Yep.
Okay, okay. So, based on what's been said here, I'm going to report you for the question of prosecution for careless and inconsiderate driving, obstructing a constable in the execution of their
So,
duties.
Mr. Solar, you've completely cut out again.
Apologies. I'm going to report you for the question of prosecution for careless and inconsiderate driving, contrary to Section 3 of the Road Traffic Act, obstructing a constable in the execution of their duties, and failure to wear a helmet whilst being the rider of a motorcycle. In relation to that, you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention now something that you later rely on in court. Anything that you do say may be given evidence. Do you understand that? Did I cut out again?
Can you repeat this, sorry?
Alright, where did I get to?
I heard about 2 words in all honesty, Mr. Solar.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, honestly, it's there, yeah. Sorry.
I think it's this station sometimes, to be honest.
It's a bit
Okay.
too hot in here, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so I intend to report you for the question of prosecution for the offences of careless and inconsiderate driving, obstructing the constable in the execution of their duties, and failure to wear a helmet when operating a motorcycle. In relation to that, you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned. Apologies, if you do not mention now, something that you later on in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Do you understand that?
Yep.
Okay. Do you have anything further you'd like to add?
Yeah, can I just speak to my sister privately, please?
Yeah, of course. Time is 1940. I'm pausing the interview. Okay. Time is 1942. Resume the interview.
Okay, Mr. Solar, we have a few questions. One, you've charged him with careless or inconsiderate driving, and you've also
Yes.
charged him with not wearing a helmet.
Yes.
Both of which fall under the Road Traffic Act. Therefore, not wearing a helmet is part of the same offence of careless driving.
It is not. He drove carelessly whilst not wearing a helmet.
Yes, and it falls under the same charge as careless. If he's only wearing a helmet, you can charge him with that, but as soon as he drives carelessly as well, it all becomes one offence.
It does not. They are two completely distinct and separate offences.
Yes, which is classed as stacking in the Road Traffic Act.
Feel free to take it up through the judiciary, but
That's absolutely fine. We can do
completely
that.
independent offences.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. And you had said that you'll be reporting him for the offences. Is he going to be charged now, or is that something you're going to intend on doing at a later date?
It will probably be charged at the conclusion of the interview.
Okay, that's all I had to ask.
So, you charged me for driving out of fright, but you're not doing nothing about the person who shot me for no reason?
No, he's also been investigated. Okay.
Alright, carry on.
Anything further to add?
I have no other questions.
Okay. Time is 1943. I'm concluding this interview.